at what the mom finds after taking a look at the camera. Amelia loved nighttime. It was the only time her southern Belfast house was quiet. The kids were asleep, and Poco, their dog, was snoring slightly, his little snores filling the air. She gave him one more gentle pat before heading upstairs, feeling grateful for the peace and contentment that Poco had brought into their lives. However, Amelia had barely pulled the covers up when there was a sound she hadn't heard before. It was enough to make her jump out of her skin. Poco was barking, and this wasn't just any bark, but a loud, frantic bark that echoed through the house. In the few weeks they had housed him, Poco had always been so quiet, but now he was going completely out of his mind. Amelia's heart raced as she sprinted downstairs, scooped him up, and flipped on all the lights. What had triggered him into such a frenzy? Night after night, Poco's barks continued to pierce the silence of the southern Belfast house. What was once annoyance quickly turned into worry for Amelia. She couldn't shake off the feeling that something was amiss. The irritation vanished, and all she could feel was a deep sense of concern. She desperately hoped it wasn't rats, as their neighbors had dealt with vermin problems a few months ago, but with limited funds, they couldn't afford to hire an inspector. The next night, Amelia set up the camera, giving Poco a reassuring hug before heading up to her bedroom. As the minutes ticked by and the scheduled chaos started again, it took all her strength not to run down and see what was happening. She knew she had to wait until morning to review the footage. As soon as sunlight filled her bedroom, Amelia threw on her bathrobe and hurried downstairs. She couldn't contain her curiosity any longer. She grabbed a recorder and hit play, eager to know what the fuss was all about. At first, there was nothing but silence on the recording. Amelia's anticipation grew, and just as she was about to give up, a faint yip broke the silence. She noticed movement on the screen, something small that disappeared just out of frame. The wind picked up, blowing a bunch of leaves through an open window. Poco ran in circles, chasing after the leaves. Amelia rolled her eyes, thinking it was just her crazy dog being his usual playful self. But then, something else came into the frame. This time it sent chills down her spine and pulled her stomach into her throat. Amelia's eyes widened in horror as she witnessed a figure lurking in the shadows, caught on camera. Without wasting a second, Amelia bounded up the stairs, grabbed her kids, and ran to the safety of their neighbor's house. Trembling, she called the police and explained what she had seen. Even her neighbors turned pale at the revelation. Tears streamed down Amelia's face as her kids cried beside her. The fear and shock were overwhelming, but amidst the chaos, a question pierced through the panic. "Mom, where's Poco?" Oh my God, she had forgotten him in the house. Sirens wailed as the police showed up, ready to confront the intruder, but Amelia couldn't bear the thought of Poco being in danger. She tried to run back into the house to save their beloved dog, but the police held her back. The realization of her mistake hit her hard. How could she have forgotten him in the midst of such chaos? One of the officers emerged from their home, struggling to restrain a large, angry man. He was a wanted criminal who had somehow managed to sneak into their attic to hide from the law. As the family held their best friend, Amelia listened to the terrifying truth with a wide, gaping mouth. The man had been hiding in their attic, night after night, sneaking out for bits of food and water. Amelia listened to the officer's words with a wide, gaping mouth. The man they had captured was a wanted criminal, and somehow he had managed to sneak into their attic to hide from the law. Night after night, he had been right above their heads, unbeknownst to them. The events that unfolded in this southern Belfast household served as a powerful reminder that Poco, their 10-year-old dachshund, wasn't just any ordinary pooch. He had become their life-saving companion, their guardian angel.